Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our daily motivation session. We are so happy to have you here with us today for another deep dive.
Yes, hello. It is great to be here. We have a very special, a very practical topic today.
We really do. But before we start, I have a quick question for you, and I want you to be honest. Do you believe that you can change your whole life just by changing your thoughts?
Oh, that is a big question.
It is a big one. So I want you to pause the video right now. Yes, right now. Go down to the comments below and type yes or no. I really want to know what you think.
We will wait a moment while you do that. Don't be shy.
Okay, are you back?
Oh,
I hope you commented. If you said yes, that is wonderful. But if you said no, or maybe you just are not sure, today's deep dive might change your mind completely.
I think it will.
Today, we are looking at a great video from the channel English Achieve. It gives us 10 powerful rules for positive thinking.
And, we should be clear right from the start. This is not just about smiling all the time or pretending everything is perfect.
Right. It isn't about ignoring your real problems. That is sometimes called toxic positivity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, this is about building a strong mind. It is about mental toughness. When you learn to control your mind, you really can change the reality around you.
I love that.
These 10 rules, they are basically like tools for your brain.
Tools for the brain. I like that image.
Yeah.
Because sometimes our brains just do not work the way we want them to. So let's open this toolbox. What is the very first rule?
Rule number 1 is the foundation for everything else. It says, your thoughts shape your reality. The source material uses a very famous but very helpful metaphor here. It says your mind is like a garden.
A garden. Okay. So that means we are the gardeners.
Yes, exactly. You are the head gardener of your own mind. Now, think about a real garden for a second. If you want to grow delicious vegetables or maybe beautiful roses, what do you have to do?
Well, you have to plant the seeds first.
Yeah.
And then you have to water them. You have to take care of them every single day. I mean, it is a lot of work.
It is work. You have to do the work. Positive thoughts, things like hope, kindness, and confidence, they're like those beautiful flowers. You have to plant them on purpose.
Right.
But here's the scary part. What happens to a real garden if you do absolutely nothing?
Right.
If you just sit on your couch and ignore it?
Weeds. You get lots of weeds. They just grow everywhere.
Right. And do you have to plant weeds? Do you have to water them?
No, never. They just show up. They grow automatically.
Precisely. Negative thoughts like fear, doubt, and worry are the weeds of the mind. They grow automatically because, well, our human brains are actually designed to look for danger.
That makes sense.
It takes zero effort to be negative. It takes real work to be positive.
That is so true. You know, it is very easy to wake up and immediately think, oh, I'm so tired. It takes effort to wake up and tell yourself, I am ready for today.
And if you let the negative weeds grow, they take over the whole garden. They steal all the water and the sunlight from your good flowers. Suddenly, your whole life just looks like a mess.
Let's look at a real example to make this very clear for our listeners. Let's talk about a character named Sarah.
Okay, yes. Tell us about Sarah's morning.
So Sarah wakes up, her alarm goes off, and the very first thought she has is, oh no, I am so tired. Today is going to be a terrible day.
She just planted a massive weed right in the center of her garden.
She really did. And because she planted that bad seed, her brain is now looking for evidence that her day is bad. She goes to the kitchen and spills a little bit of coffee.
And instead of just grabbing a towel and cleaning it up, what does she think?
She thinks, see, I knew it. The universe hates me.
Wow.
Yeah. Then she drives to work and she misses all the green lights. She gets stuck in traffic. She only hears the annoying car horns. She misses all the good stuff because she is completely focused on the bad stuff.
Her thought became her reality. She literally created a bad day for herself.
Exactly.
But imagine if she woke up and planted a flower instead. Imagine she thought, okay, I'm tired, but I can handle this. Today brings new opportunities.
She would see the world completely differently. She would probably just laugh when she spilled the coffee.
She would. She creates a reality where she is in control.
But wait, I have to challenge this just a little bit. Sarah can control her thoughts, sure, but she cannot control the traffic. She cannot control if her boss is in a bad mood at work.
That is a crucial point. And it brings us directly to rule number 2. Focus on what you can control.
This is the hard part for me, honestly. I think we all want to be the boss of everything. We want to control the weather, the economy, what other people say about us.
Of course, but we can't. It is totally impossible.
Yeah.
And when we try to control things we cannot change, we just create stress for ourselves. We feel helpless.
Right.
The source material says we need to remember the only thing we truly control is our response.
Our response. So Not what happens to us, but how we react to it.
Precisely. Let's look at another character. Let's talk about David. David is standing at the bus stop. He is on his way to a very important meeting at work. He is checking his watch. But the bus just drives right past him. It doesn't stop.
Oh, I hate that. That is the worst feeling. You feel so powerless.
It's painful. Now, the bus is gone. David cannot magically bring the bus back. That is completely out of his control. But he has two ways to respond.
Okay, let's look at option A. I call this the normal reaction. He screams. He kicks the dirt. He calls his wife and complains for 20 minutes about how the bus driver is an idiot.
And what is the real result of option A?
Well, he is still late for his meeting, but now his blood pressure is high. He is angry. His wife is annoyed because he yelled on the phone. He has made a bad situation much worse.
Right. Now, look at option B. David watches the bus drive away. He takes a deep breath. He says to himself, okay, I missed it. I cannot change the past. I will call my boss to explain, and while I wait for the next bus, I will listen to an English deep dive.
That is a great choice. He is still late, yes, but he is calm. He is ready for the meeting when he finally gets there.
And he hasn't wasted his energy. The source material has a brilliant comparison here. It says, imagine your energy is like money.
Like actual dollars in your pocket.
Yes. You have a limited amount of energy every single day. Just like you have a limited amount of money in your wallet. Now, would you take $50 out of your pocket, crumple it up into a ball, and throw it in the trash can?
No way. I work hard for my money. I would never do that.
Complaining about things you cannot control is exactly like throwing money in the trash. It costs you a lot of energy, but it buys you absolutely nothing. It fixes zero problems.
Wow. That is a powerful way to see it. Just saying to yourself, I am not going to spend my expensive energy on this problem.
Exactly. Save your valuable energy for things you can actually change.
That energy concept actually flows perfectly into rule number 3, because one of the best ways to generate positive energy is through gratitude.
Yes. Rule number 3 is practice gratitude.
Now, people say be grateful all the time. It almost sounds like a cliche, like just say thank you and be happy.
It does sound simple, but it is scientifically very powerful. Gratitude is a shift in focus. It changes your brain from looking at what is missing to looking at what is already here.
The source mentions noticing the small things. I think we often wait for big things to make us happy, like a brand new car or a big, expensive holiday.
But our daily life is made of small moments. The source lists some really beautiful, simple examples. The feeling of warm sunshine on your face, a hot meal after a long, cold day, a nice text message from an old friend.
But what about the if-only trap? I do this sometimes, and I think our listeners probably do too.
What is the if-only trap?
It's when I say, I will be grateful if only I had more money, or I will be happy if only I had a better job. It feels hard to be grateful when you really want more out of life.
Ah, yes, that is the trap. That mindset creates sadness because it focuses on the lack.
Yeah.
It focuses on the empty hole, not the donut.
Right.
Gratitude says, look how far I've come. Look at what I do have today.
It brings peace to your mind. Even on a really bad day, you can usually find one good thing. Maybe your morning coffee was perfect. Maybe a stranger smiled at you on the street.
Exactly. And the more you practice this, the more natural it becomes. Your brain starts to hunt for the good things automatically. It's just like training a muscle at the gym.
So we are controlling our thoughts, and we are practicing gratitude. But sometimes the problem isn't inside our own head. Sometimes the problem is outside, specifically other people.
Yes, other people have a huge impact. Rule number 4 is surround yourself with positive people.
We have all heard that saying, right? You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
It is very true. Emotions are totally contagious. They catch on, just like a cold or the flu.
So let's talk about a guy named John. John is a nice guy. He wants to be happy and positive. But his 3 best friends, they are what I call energy vampires.
Energy vampires. I love that term. What do they do?
Well, they suck the energy right out of you. Every time John sees them, they are gossiping about other people. They are complaining about the government, the weather, their jobs. They are always playing the victim.
And after John hangs out with them for an hour, how does he feel?
He feels exhausted. He feels heavy. He feels like the world is a dark, bad place.
Exactly. He absorbed their bad seeds. If John wants to change his reality, he needs to protect his garden. He needs to protect his environment. He needs friends who say, hey, John, I believe in you, or, wow, that is a great idea. You should really try it.
But I have to play the devil's advocate here again.
Go ahead.
What if John is lonely? What if he doesn't actually know any positive people right now? It is really hard to just go outside and find brand new, happy friends.
That is a very real problem. And the source gives great advice for this exact situation. If you cannot find the light, you have to be the light.
Be the positive person yourself.
Yes, be the friend that you want to have. When you start encouraging others, when you stop gossiping and complaining, two amazing things happen. First, the negative people will probably leave you alone because you aren't fun for them to complain to anymore.
That is true. Complainers want other complainers. And what is the second thing?
You start to attract other positive people. Like attracts like. If you shine bright, other bright people will see you and find you.
That is beautiful advice. Be the light you want to see.
Hmm.
Okay, moving on to rule number 5. This is about the most important person you ever talk to, yourself.
Rule 5 is use positive self-talk.
We all have that voice inside our heads. Sometimes it is a great coach, but a lot of times it is a really mean bully.
It can be terrible. You might say, you are not good enough, or you are definitely going to fail, or you are so stupid.
Why do we do that to ourselves? We would never look at another person and say those things.
Exactly. The source suggests a very simple test. We call it the best friend test. Would you look at your best friend when they make a small mistake and say, you're completely worthless?
Absolutely not. I would never do that. I would tell him, hey, it is okay. You will do better next time. I want my best friend to feel good and try again.
Exactly. So why do you say those mean things to yourself? You should treat yourself like your own best friend.
So instead of saying to myself, I am a failure, what should I say?
You can reframe the thought. Instead of, I am a failure, you say, I am still learning. Instead of saying, I can't do this, you say, I will try my best.
I'm still learning. I really like that. It takes all the heavy pressure off. It makes you feel brave enough to try.
Your inner voice listens to everything you say. If you tell yourself you are strong every single day, you will eventually start to believe it.
Okay, rule number 6. This one sounds a little bit like magic or maybe something professional athletes do.
Rule 6 is visualize success.
What does that really mean for a normal person? Visualize. Is it just sitting around and dreaming?
It is much more active than just dreaming. It is using your deep imagination to create a very detailed picture in your mind of what you want to achieve.
Like playing a movie in your head.
Yes, exactly like a movie. The source mentions athletes, which is a perfect example. Many famous athletes do this. Before they play a huge game, they sit quietly and close their eyes. They literally see themselves scoring the winning goal. They feel the ball. They hear the loud crowd cheering.
So they are practicing in their mind before they practice with their actual body.
Exactly. And here is the amazing science behind it. The human brain actually has trouble telling the difference between a very vivid imagination and real life. When you visualize success, you're building a clear map for your brain to follow later.
So to our listener right now, try this later today. Close your eyes. See yourself feeling confident. See yourself speaking English fluently with a native speaker. See yourself feeling proud.
Yes, it prepares your brain for the real thing. It builds your confidence before you even start speaking.
I love that tool. Now, let's move to rule number 7. This rule is about when things go wrong. Because even if we visualize perfectly, bad things still happen in life.
Rule 7 is turn challenges into opportunities.
This one is hard. When I have a big problem, I do not feel like it is an opportunity. I feel annoyed. I just want to quit.
Of course, that is a normal human reaction. But positive thinkers ask themselves a very different question when trouble hits. They do not ask, why is this happening to me?
What do they ask instead?
They ask, what can I learn from this situation? Or how can this problem make me stronger?
The source uses a really good metaphor about muscles here.
Yes. Think about going to the gym to lift weights. When you lift heavy weights, your muscles get very sore. It hurts a little bit the next day. But that pain means the muscle is actually growing.
So the challenge in our life is like the heavy weight at the gym.
Yes. No challenge, no growth. If your life was always perfectly easy, you would actually become very weak. You need the heavy weights to get strong.
I love this phrase from the video. Don't say why me, say try me.
Try me, yes, I love that
Yeah.
too. That is a true fighting spirit. The source also mentions how diamonds are made.
Oh, right. Diamonds are created under extreme pressure deep in the earth.
Exactly. Without that extreme heavy pressure, it is just a plain piece of dark coal. But with the pressure, it becomes a beautiful, strong diamond. Hard times teach us patience. They teach us how to solve difficult problems.
So next time you face a big problem, remember, you are a diamond in the making. The pressure is just making you shine.
That is a wonderful way to see it.
Rule number 8. This one is all about time. We spend so much of our time living in the past or living in the future.
Rule 8 is stay present. This concept is also called mindfulness.
I am definitely guilty of this. I lay in bed at night staring at the ceiling, worrying about something silly I said to a coworker 3 years ago.
We all do that.
Yeah.
Or we spend hours worrying about a meeting that happens next week. But the truth is, the past is totally gone. It does not exist anymore, and the future is not here yet.
Exactly. The only real thing we truly have is now. This exact moment.
The source says we should practice noticing the now. Just simple things. The sound of the birds outside your window, the warmth of the sun on your skin, even just the feeling of your own breath going in and out.
But why does noticing the birds help with positive thinking?
Because it turns down the loud noise in your head. When you focus deeply on the present moment, all the worry about tomorrow just disappears for a minute. It heavily reduces your stress. You stop rushing through your life.
It is almost like taking a mini vacation in your mind. Just being here, right now.
It brings a lot of peace. And in that peaceful state, it is much easier to plant those positive seeds we talked about earlier.
Okay, we are getting close to the end of our list. Rule number 9. This one connects back to the garden metaphor we used at the start, right?
It does. Rule 9 is learn to let go.
In a physical garden, you have to clear away all the dead leaves and old branches so the new flowers have room to grow.
Exactly. But in our lives, we often hold on to old things. We hold on to anger. We hold on to deep regret. We hold on to grudges against people who hurt us a long time ago.
The source describes holding on to anger like carrying a heavy bag on your back. Just imagine trying to hike up a steep mountain with a huge bag full of heavy rocks.
That would be totally exhausting. Your legs would hurt and you wouldn't get very far at the mountain.
That is exactly what anger does to you. It makes your daily journey through life so much harder and slower.
So we need to put a heavy bag down. We need to practice forgiveness.
Yes, and I want to make a very, very important point here because people get confused by this. Forgiveness is not for the other person.
It isn't. I always thought forgiveness was basically saying to someone, what you did to me is okay.
No, not at all. Forgiveness is for you. It is entirely for your own peace of mind. You are not saying their bad behavior was okay. You are simply saying, I refuse to carry this heavy bag of rocks anymore. I am putting it down today.
That is very powerful. So letting go is really a gift you give to yourself.
It is. It creates empty space in your heart for new joy. You cannot receive new beautiful things if your hands are already full of old junk.
That is beautifully said. And finally, we have rule number 10. This is the rule that helps us keep going when we are just really tired.
Rule 10 is believe good things are coming.
This is all about hope.
It is about having faith. Life operates in seasons. The source talks about the seasons of winter and spring.
Winter can be so cold, dark, and very long. Sometimes it feels like the snow will never melt.
Yes, hard times in our lives are exactly like winter. But nature teaches us a guaranteed lesson. Winter never, ever lasts forever. Spring always comes.
New life always returns to the trees. The warm sun always comes back.
Exactly. When you are going through a hard time, when you are in your own personal winter, you must believe that your spring is coming. You must believe that better days are waiting ahead of you.
That belief is what keeps you moving forward. If you truly think it will stay winter forever, you just give up. You stop walking.
But if you know that spring is just over the next hill, you keep walking, you keep trying. You are much stronger than you think you are.
That is a brilliant message to end the list on. You are stronger than you think.
It really is the core message. These 10 rules, they are simple to understand, but they are not always easy to do. If you practice them every day, though, they will change everything for you.
So let's do a quick review of our new toolbox. We are the head gardeners of our own thoughts. We choose to focus on our response, not the bad traffic. We save our energy like it's expensive money. We practice daily gratitude. We find positive friends, or we become the positive friend.
We talk to ourselves like we are our own best friend. We visualize our success like an athlete. We see difficult challenges as muscle training. We stay mindful in the present moment. We let go of the heavy bag of anger, and we firmly believe that spring is coming.
That is a perfect summary of the deep dive. Now, I want to go back to my question from the very beginning of the video. The host asked you to comment, yes or no.
I did. I asked if you believe you can change your life just by changing your thoughts. I hope that after listening to our deep dive today, your answer to my first question is now a big, confident yes. Your mind is incredibly powerful. You are the gardener. Go out and plant some good seeds today.
Absolutely. Make your mental garden beautiful.
Well, we have reached the end of our deep dive for today. If you learned something new today, please like this video and subscribe for more English practice. See you in the next video.
Goodbye, everyone. Keep planting those good seeds.